Oh, I thought we played just great defense. That's a really, really hard team to guard, especially when they went. They had a smaller, basically almost all guards out there, and all guys that could shoot the three. But they're just, I think you guys witnessed it. I mean, those guards have game now. I mean, they can really handle it and got shake and wiggle, and yet they can all really, really shoot threes. So that, in some instances, makes it almost impossible to, keep that guy in front. But Hunter came in and made some just huge plays, and obviously the offensive rebound and the putback by Malachi was big. And I thought Julian's three was huge because he had a turnover. I think he had a couple turnovers prior to that, and probably wasn't playing as good as he'd liked. And then that was a big three to kind of jumpstart us after we had that little bad stretch of turnovers.
Did they do anything that you weren't expecting coming into the matchup?
No, I mean, they're really, really good. I knew that. I've been on my scheduling guy about this game. So, no, they did not. And they were every bit as good as advertised. And again, like the guys just said, I mean, we watched them take Houston down to the final shot at Houston. And Houston's exceptional this year.
You mentioned turnovers a little bit, but you only had 9
right
against a team that forces, I think, ninth most in the country. How impressed were you with the effort on that end?
It was great. It was really good. It was great at halftime, and we talked about doing it in the second half, and then we just had that little, sometimes they just come in bunches for us. It's just hard to predict who or where or why, or definitely why, but how. But we steadied the ship and like I said, got the ball to the right guys and made some shots and quit turning the ball over. I told them after that timeout, after we did that, like, when we're not turning it over, we're scoring on these guys. And that's a good defensive team. Kent State's defensive numbers are really good, but we were scoring fairly easy, or when we weren't turning the ball over, obviously. So. Luckily for us, we settled down and got the ball where he needed to and made some shots.
You've seen Drew do a lot of things, but he was really at the top today, wasn't
he was heroic. I mean, he was heroic because, again, he wasn't really looking for the ball much early and wasn't demanding it. They were obviously came in game planning for him, but I mean, he was. We knew what their plan was. They were going to dive bomb him with the guards and attack him on the dribble, and he was splitting the defense and carrying guys up to the rim and scoring and in a variety of ways like he does. And ended up with 17 boards is a monster night. So, and we needed every one of them. So, I don't take those for granted at all. Special. I mean, a special effort and performance. But again, I want to make sure, like, Hunter Salas came in and gave us just great minutes, and I thought Nolan was solid again tonight. I mean, against those kind of guards, and he played all 40 minutes. I think he's really learning the intensity and toughness that it takes to be successful at this level. I think all those young guys are. It's been kind of a hard learning curve for them.
Only 6 points from your bench tonight. I know you talked about Salas still having a pretty good night. Is that, an area of concern at all for you in the lack of scoring?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if you looked last game, we had tons of scoring from the bench. So I don't go through and nitpick this stuff at all. I just take the win.
Drew came in here and said that Kelly Olynyk was one of the reasons that he kind of chose Gonzaga. What does it mean to have guys like that come back, but then just beyond what they did here, they're still impactful for your program and bringing other guys?
It's huge. I mean, and Kelly is so about everything that we're about, man. I mean, he came here and he was struggling, similar to some of our guys are, and decided to redshirt after his second year. Nobody does that, and he just invested in himself, and just, I mean, and the growth was incredible with Travis in the weight room, with how he moved, changed his body, he started eating, and really, I mean, he really owned his career. And then the year he had was just special. I mean, to be the academic All-American for the entire, college basketball, and get us to our first number 1 ranking and number 1 seed. I mean, it And it's just been great. It's the same way. Talking to the Jazz guys, they love him, and he's having a great year down there. It's fun to watch him, and it's been very enjoyable. Just not only watching him, but talking to the coaches that have coached him in the NBA and how much they enjoy coaching him. That makes you feel just as good.
A couple more, Coach.
Coach, you might not know this, but you tied John Wooden at 664 career wins as a head coach. We all know you're not done yet, but what does that milestone mean to you?
Well, I had no idea. I don't even look at that stuff. But that guy is. I mean, that's probably the one guy of all that I've looked up to the most. Just, I mean, read every book about him and just the way he lived his life, and ran his program, and just the type of man he was is very, very, very inspiring, and have been a huge part of my life. So, but. He's got a lot more natties than I got.
You guys have Washington coming in on Friday. Team with a lot of transfers. What do you know about them? It's been a while since you guys played them.
It really has been a while, and with these guys not having, what do we have, Nolan or something? We don't have a whole lot of guys. We'll have to explain to them that this is a high emotional game, and these guys have played in about 10 high emotional games already this year. So. We'll have to sit down, and again, that zone is something you don't face, and they're coming off a big win against Colorado. I know that was a big win for them, and so I'm sure they're feeling good. And they got some nice athletes. They got the Brooks kid from Kentucky, and they got a nice little freshman guard that's scoring it really, really well. And they do. Hop does a great job teaching that zone. So.
Come around in this one when you needed it.
It's huge. Yeah, this game was a must-win, and this is a place that we don't lose in, and we don't like to lose in. And the way we were able to just quick turnaround. I mean, and that team was a hell of a team, and they had us up against the wall. And for us to learn from our mistakes in what was that, 2 days or whatever, that's crazy, and a testament to how much we learned from that situation, and we're just able to grow. And I think it's promising for our team just to know that we're capable of doing stuff like that. So it was huge, and hopefully we don't look back from here.
What was your motivation level like, Drew, after Xavier and then Baylor? What were the last few days like, and how did you turn it around personally?
Just play my game, honestly. I mean, like the Baylor game, they were coming so hard. Like the play was to just facilitate through me. So that's what we did. And then today they didn't come as hard, so I was able to kind of split it easier and stuff. So I mean, I just played through the system, and that's all it is. I mean, this guy knows. Like some days he's gonna have he goes off. Some days I go off. Some days we both go off. Some days neither of us go off. Like we play within the system, and that's the beauty of this offense is everybody and anybody can step up on any given night.
Was there any discussion coming down to the closing minutes of I think you got down 4 maybe with 4 minutes. What was the discussion like at that point?
I feel like at this point in the season, more than in the years previous, we've been in this situation. We've been in these late game situations so often this season already. So I feel like our composure was super high, and we just knew that we just had to trust each other. I mean, we all know what we're all capable of, and we know what we got to do to make sure we can grit these games out. So I mean, I feel like it was really just trusting each other. Like there wasn't no special words being said. It was just let's just make it happen. Like we knew we weren't gonna go leave out of here without a W.
Big was Malachi's rebound, put back, and free.
Well, this dude tipped it too. I mean, that was all part of my plan. I knew if I missed, someone would get the ball, and Julian tipped it. Then Malachi just beasted it and got the and one, and that's just a huge momentum shifter. This place was on edge and it started rocking, so it was awesome to have that place tee up when just playing for our effort.
Was it pretty fun to do that with Kelly Olynyk on the baseline and just kind of put on a show for him? He's obviously one of the greats and probably somewhere that you want to be at some point.
Yeah, he's just it's awesome to have guys like that come back and support us. And I mean, he's a big reason why I wanted to come here personally myself. So it was just really cool to have a guy like that come back and to be able to play in front of him. And then he's always back and checking on us. So he's a great dude and just part of the culture here. And be a pretty bad jersey opening if we lost. So we couldn't do that to him for all he's done for us in this program.
Two more for players.
Julian defensively down the stretch. Not a lot of open looks for those guys. Salas, I did some things.
Mhm.
What did you see at that end to hold them scoreless?
I mean, just like you said, I mean, we knew coming to the game that Carey was their guy, and that he was the engine that made them go. And Hunter just came in the game, put his head down, and made huge plays, taking charges. I mean, those are the winning plays, and that's exactly what we need from Hunter, and exactly what we expect from him. I mean, he's an amazing defender. I mean, we all expect it from him. So just to see it in the big moments, I mean, it's huge for us.
You guys have an in-state game against Washington. Drew, what do you know about that team? It's been a while since you guys have played them. Is there some excitement that comes with playing another in-state team?
Obviously, man, like the energy is going to be crazy. They're pumped. I know they got pretty much like a really brand new team, so haven't really got to watch them just because we've been so focused and hectic this week. But we're gonna have to buckle down and double down and really, really fight and bring that grit because they're gonna want to. They're going to want to obviously compete for the top team in the state, so that's going to be a good game for sure.
How good was that team? What did you make of that outfit?
I mean, Coach Few told us all week. I mean, this is a great team. This is a team that could go to the Sweet 16. They've been in those big games. I mean, they took Houston down to the wire. I mean, we all saw that. So I mean, we knew what they were capable of, and we weren't taking them lightly. And we knew it was going to be a dogfight. So. I mean, kudos to them. I mean, they're a great team, and I know that they'll have success going throughout the season.
Thanks, guys.